All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Alert from Google Chrome. Fox News.
All right. Getting ready to start this live, and want to talk to you a little bit today. And it's been about 5 or 6 days since we did our last um, live. So we're getting ready to do our live on today. And this live, we're talking about Manifestation in the Gambia Part 2. Manifestation in the Gambia Part 2. Let's go. All right. Welcome to Going Home with Erick and Nicole. I'm sitting here at the soul food joint on the lower level, which honestly, I didn't really realize how beautiful it was down here on this level. It's a little chilly upstairs. So I wanted to see how things would be down here. And so I'm excited about life and excited about talking about this subject today. I got a lot of response from the last live we did a few days ago. And the title of that live was Manifestation in the Gambia Part 1. At that time, I didn't realize it was going to be a Part 1, but I've gotten so much response that I had to come back for a Part 2. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is just thank everybody for supporting, for showing us your love and your support, whether it be a kind word, whether it be some business advice, whether it be a donation, whatever it is. I want to thank you for that. Okay. I want to put a couple disclaimers out because we got some comments that I was kind of taken back by on the last live. And I want everybody to understand that we are growing. The whole reason why I'm doing this manifestation in the Gambia is because I want to inspire and help other people do the same thing, because what we're doing, anybody can do. This is nothing special. You just got to tap into the power that's inside of you through the law of attraction. Okay. And so I want to encourage everybody to stay focused on your dream. Don't be distracted by the naysayers or people who have the lack of faith, because that's what it really boils down to. Some people will discourage you from doing things because they can't imagine themselves doing it. So if they can't imagine themselves doing it, then maybe they can't imagine anybody else doing it. So the first thing that they want to do is push their fears on you and push their reservations on you. Okay. But I want to encourage you, if there's anything out there that you want to accomplish, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish it. So we're going to get into a little bit of it today. We had some technical difficulties this week. And so I can't get to my list of people that I wanted to thank. But just know that we definitely appreciate all of you all. I want to give you a little information about the soul food joint. I mean, we are 60 days in, or right at 60 days in, almost. We got maybe 2 weeks before the end of this month, but we have jumped 65%. And that's amazing. because the first week, the last week in January, we did business for the first time, and that week we only made 2% of what our budget is. February we jumped up 65%. Okay, and so just want to thank everybody who has come by and ate and patronized us. Hopefully you enjoyed the food. All right. Okay, so now let's get into Manifestation in the Gambia Part 2. Many of you all know that I wrote a book a few months ago and hadn't really had time to promote it. Only reason really why I would promote it is not so much for money, but more so to help people. Okay, so this book was written to help people. So when you get this book, I don't want you to look at it as a book. I want you to look at it as a manual. Okay, the name of the book is called Trapped in the Past No More. Trapped in the Past No More. And the whole concept is it's a manual to help you break out of your past. You know, a lot of us as melanated skinned people go through different cycles. And I do mean cycles. I mean, every so many years or every year around a certain period of time, we find ourselves in the same relationship situation, in the same financial situation. We find ourselves in the same emotional situation. So we got to learn to get to the point where we start really caring about how we feel and what we think. How's it going? How y'all doing? All right. Okay. Y'all here to eat?
Yeah, I want to go and try some of your food.
All right. Go upstairs, man. They'll definitely take care of you. Yeah. You're gonna go upstairs.
What is it?
Right there. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Business first. That's my wife, Nicole.
Are you growing or this is your first time growing?
Huh?
Are you growing or?
No, this is my first time growing.
First time.
Look at this. I know.
Good. Good.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I definitely appreciate your patience. You know, there was nobody in the front to handle the business, and I am at the business. So excuse me for that. But I was sharing with you that, you know, nobody wants to go through the same cycles their whole life, you know, because if you're continuing to go through the same cycles, that means you're in a time warp where you're reliving the same issues, same situations, and the same problems over and over and over again. And what kind of life is that? You know, you want to be able to overcome, and you want to be able to conquer some things in your life. Okay. So, you know, I want to give you a little bit of this book because I believe that it's going to help you. And the reason why I believe it's going to help you is because it has helped me in a major way. Okay. All right. So I want to start out by reading the introduction to my book. And I want you to just listen to it. And I know it's going to help you. Okay. It says, I would like to talk to you about being trapped in your past. This is a problem that most of us can identify in the lives of others, but more than often it goes undetected in our own life. Okay. Past relationships, past experiences, and past decisions all play a major part in how we act, what we do, and what we believe. Could it be that how you react to problems that occur in your life create a certain way of thinking? Well, it is what you think and how you respond to life that can and will create a reality that you can't escape from unless you begin to respond and think differently about life. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want to talk about, just responding and thinking differently about life. Because when we're not aware of our response to life, then life can throw at us whatever it will or whatever it wants to throw at us. Okay. And we'll find ourselves attracting the same people with different faces, the same situations, so forth and so on. Okay. Which in turn kind of fortifies what we begin to believe. Okay. So by definition, the word belief means to accept as true and real. And so when you accept something as true and real, then it begins to govern your life. That belief, that acceptance of what you're believing in as true and real begins to govern your behavior, right? For example, if you are going through a traffic light and the light turns red, because you believe that if you run that red light, that the police will stop you and you could possibly get a ticket, that governs your behavior. And how does it govern your behavior? It causes you to respond to the red light by actually stopping, right? So that's just a prime example of something that you believe governing your life or governing your behaviors, okay? So if you are a low vibrating kind of individual, meaning that all you see in life and situations and things that you go through is bad, is the bad, is all you can find is the bad. When you wake up in the morning, you know, you got something to complain about. Okay, what's going to happen is life is going to give you more of what you're complaining about. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so life is going to give you more of what you're complaining about. Okay, all right. What you got to do is you got to change your response, and you got to change what you believe. Okay, your belief system is connected to what you allow to come out of your mouth. All right, because you know words are only thoughts put to sound. All right, let me say that one more time. Words are only thoughts put to sound. That's why, you know, people tell you that what you believe and what you think has to connect with what you say out of your mouth. Okay, so you can't believe in your mind that a situation is going to change, and then every time you get a chance to speak or say something out of your mouth, you know, it's contrary to what you believe in your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so what you're believing to happen is going to be also, or should be also, what you speak out of your mouth. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back with you. We don't have it yet. I'll call you because we don't have it yet. All right. Yeah. So what you believe and what you say out of your mouth has to match, right? Okay. And when what you believe and what you say out of your mouth begins to match, then as you accept what you're saying out of your mouth and believing in your heart as true and real, it will govern your behavior. All right. Now, the reason why this is so important to manifestation is because you can't just say out of your mouth something and then expect something to just appear out of nowhere. You know, there are three elements that you got to operate in. You got to operate in the thought world, and meaning that you got to first visualize what it is that you want to manifest. Then you got to speak it out of your mouth, so that your ears can hear it. All right. The more that you hear something, the more you'll begin to build a belief system around it. But belief and speaking it, bless up, is only two elements of three things that you need to do to manifest. All right. The third thing is birthed as a result of the first two things. As a result of your thinking, as a result of your speaking on a consistent basis, the same thing, it'll start to develop into a belief system. When it develops into a belief system, what happens then is that it starts to govern your behavior, right? So you can't just think you want to be successful and then just wait for success to fall out the sky. You can't just talk about being successful and then just expect to wake up one day and be successful. What you have to do is you got to think about it, you got to speak about it until those two become one and begin to govern your behavior. Why does it have to govern your behavior? Because if you're thinking and speaking something, but you have no physicality to it, in other words, you're not doing anything within your power to make it happen, then it's never going to happen. It's not going to fall out of the sky. Ain't nobody going to drop no gift out the sky for you that you're not going to have to work for. So you got to understand that your thinking, your speaking, and your behavior have to match. When your thinking and your speaking and your behavior matches, it creates a certain emotion. Okay, that emotion allows you to experience or have the experience of accomplishing what it is that you're trying to manifest, right? Even before it manifests. And the key to it all is that you're supposed to hold that feeling long enough until you see physical evidence that what you've been thinking, that what you've been speaking about, and how you've been been behaving as a result of what you think and what you speak is manifesting. So you got to hold that until you start seeing manifestation. And so because I'm in the Gambia, this is what I'm doing. I'm manifesting the life that I want to have.
Alert from
Okay.
Google Chrome.
Now, because I'm
Twins,
doing
true
that,
women.
does that mean that it's going to just all of a sudden appear? No, because time has to happen. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm speaking, and I'm behaving all in this time realm. And because things take time, I can't not allow the time that's going by to discourage me from trying to accomplish my goals, right? So simply what I have to do is I have to develop a certain response and attitude to what I'm trying to manifest. To what I'm trying to manifest, okay? All right, there's a lot of things going on around me, guys. So look over all of the noise and the extra loud talking and conversations that are going on, okay? All right. So it's important for you to look at that as the starting ingredients to manifest. Okay, the starting ingredients to manifest. I want to read a little bit more and expound a little bit more, and then I'll end this live. Hopefully, it's helping you. Okay. All right. So this reality can be a negative world where most of your life you experience problems, disappointments, hurts, and pain. It can be a world where almost every person that you connect with brings about a negative impact in your life. Although positive things can and will happen, what you believe, if negative, creates that reality. Okay? All right. So, on the other hand, if your thoughts process is a positive one, I believe that your reality will be positive. Negative things can and will happen in your life, but your positive thinking and response to life will create a positive reality for you. Okay? I believe that the reason for this is that the way that you respond and think acts as a magnet, drawing and attracting and making negative deposits into your life. All right? I need to stop right there and I need to say that again. Okay. I believe that the reason for this is that the way that you respond, to situations, the way that you respond to adversity, the way that you respond to haters, whatever you want to put in that blank there in that sentence, whatever you respond, however you think acts as a magnet, drawing and attracting and making negative deposits into your life. In other words, your response and your behavior toward what happens to you, whether good or bad, attracts more of that. Some people say it like this: what you fight, you invite. Okay. All right. And for you guys that are spiritual, that read the Bible, Proverbs 23:7 says, so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Another version says, so he becomes. Okay. So pretty much what's happening is you are becoming what you are thinking about most of the time. Whatever's occupying your mind, that's what you are attracting in your life. The power of your thoughts are pulling those experiences into your life, whether you want those experiences or not. So you got to care about how you feel. You got to care about what you say. You got to care about how you think. You got to care about how you respond. You're right. And you got to care about your behavior as it relates to your response to good, bad, or indifferent things happening in your life. Now, Some of you all may ask, am I expert? I don't like to consider myself an expert at this because I'm still manifesting. I'm still manifesting, okay? But what I do want to tell you is this. I can quantify that this is true, at least for me. I can quantify that this is true. And if it's true for me, then it can be true for you because I'm nobody special. I'm just somebody who have figured out how to manifest, and I'm manifesting, okay? All right. So there's a lot more that I can say, but I'm going to be coming back and we're going to be talking even in more depth. But let me finish at least the introduction. This is the introduction of my book that I've been reading to you. All right. So I say, understand that your past can only live in the present if you speak about it. Live in the present if you speak about it, if you think about it, or if you meditate on it. All right. If you speak about it, if you think about it, or meditate on it. For example, thinking about past pain will bring the pain of the past into the present. If you think about anything that has happened in your life that has hurt you, that has made you mad, and you start thinking about that thing, I don't care whether it happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago, the longer you think about it, the more you start to feel like you felt originally when it happened. Why? Because pain has no time. It has no age, right? And so on a spiritual plane, when you think about what happened to you in the past, you start bringing that past pain into your present situation. That's why it is important for you to care about what you allow your mind to entertain. So if you're trying to accomplish something, don't be talking about all the time and focusing on what if and anything negative that can happen. Because guess what? The more that you pay attention to that, the more you're going to pull things and experiences into your life that will confirm that what you think and what you believe is true. Okay. So that's extremely important. And the reason why I put emphasis on what you think and what you believe is because that doesn't have to be my reality. You know, that's why when people come say negative things to me, or they come to me and tell me, according to their limitations, what they don't think that I can do, you know, I don't accept that because they haven't a personal experience, and I have a personal experience. And my experience is that I've been able to manifest according to these principles that I'm giving you. Okay. So you don't have to take what a person says. And a lot of people don't mean any harm. They may be saying it based on the fact that they failed at doing it. They may be saying it based on the fact that they have your best interest in mind. Whatever the case is, you determine what's going on in your life and how life is going to treat you by your attitude, what you think, and your behavior. Okay. All right. So let me finish this up and then we'll be done. Understand that your past can only live in the present if you speak about it, think about it, or meditate on it. Okay. Most people are living in a time warp. In fact, people are living in a time warp because they consistently allow what has happened in their past affect their present and shape their future. Man, that's really, really good right there. They allow what has happened in the past to affect their present and to shape their future. In other words, they are reactive people instead of proactive people. When you're reactive, you always find yourself adjusting to life instead of making life adjust to you. Okay. You know, you leave one relationship and you meet another person with a different face. You move 3,000 miles away. And for some of you all, you were broken up with relationships in wherever you came from. And now you're here in Gambia, you know, and you don't want to meet the same person, the same woman or the same guy with a different face, you know, because if you do, that's going to prove that the problem is not necessarily with the people that you've been dating, but the problem is with you. I hope I'm helping somebody. Okay. So others block themselves from progress because of distrust, bitterness, or hatred. Many are still stuck in a moment where they have experienced pain or disappointment, and somehow they are unable to get over the trauma of that moment, although it happened many years ago. I'm going to close with saying that many of us are here in the Gambia to heal from the trauma, from the situations, from the aggravation that we have experienced from other ethnic groups, from people within our same ethnic group who are just negative. Um, so therefore, it has shaped a certain perspective, and that perspective is responsible for how our lives continue to remain. Okay. And I know it's hard for you to swallow that most of what has happened to you is your fault. But you got to be a big woman and you got to be a big man, and you got to take on the responsibility that a lot of what has happened in my life I had to do with. And the way that I had to do with it was because of my response, because of what I thought, because of what I entertained, because of my behavior. Okay. And so, again, man, hopefully these things are helping you, because these things have helped me and are helping me. This is why my wife and I have a restaurant. This is why things are looking on the up for us. Okay. And it might sound spooky, it might sound unrealistic to believe that you can be successful in a time where the whole world, businesses and people are being affected by corona. But I'm living proof, and I intend to continue to succeed, even when I see negative posts on our YouTube page after maybe a live or something. I don't allow anything to discourage me, because I already understand that this is a business, and just because I'm asking people to help manifest this dream, and help me to manifest this dream, doesn't mean that we're not a business. We sell food every day, and people come and eat, and they like that food, and as a result of that, we're making money. To me, that's a business. All right, you provide a service, you meet a demand, and business is about supply and demand. And what we're trying to do is build demand for the food that we serve. Okay, that's why we do the bashes. By the way, we're doing another bash this Saturday. Let me put this shameless plug in here. We're doing another bash this Saturday night. And I want my Hebrew brothers and sisters to relax. I don't put all my business out here, and I don't owe anybody an explanation as to honoring the Sabbath. If I know I'm honoring the Sabbath, I don't have to get on and defend me having a Saturday night bash, Saturday sundown on Saturday. Okay, think about that real hard. Some people honor the Sabbath from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Okay, so to each his own. But again, I don't allow anything negative to stop me from moving forward with what I have in my mind to manifest, as long as it's in line with my morals and my spiritual commitment to the Most High. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna end right there, man. I hope this has helped you in some kind of way. I would love for y'all to give some comments, on what you thought about this live on today. Manifestation in the Gambia, part 2. Peace out.
Don't miss the next episode of Going Home with Erick and Nicole.